Hello, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is what you don't see coming for the week of March 15th, 2026. It is a collective general reading, so as the messages come through today, take what fits and leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means it's meant for someone else. And of course, check out your other placements if you don't know what they are. In the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. With all of that said, now let's begin. Tapping into the Pisces collective now, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What does Pisces not see coming for the week of March 15th, 2026? If I say 2025, I'm so sorry. For the week of March 15th, 2026. One more shuffle here. Thank you. What do you not see coming this week? Ignoring. And at the bottom of the deck, you have wasting time. Okay. Why is ignoring something that Pisces does not see coming this week? Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. The Moon card came out sideways. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Which, ironically, the cat in the photo here is lying sideways as well. So in your energy here, we have the Moon sideways, the Page of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and the Four of Cups. The situation, environment, or connection you're dealing with, Six of Wands, Eight of Cups, and the Nine of Wands, and then we have the World card. Okay. Let me clarify some of these. The Moon. Why is the Moon on the side here? Why is the Moon on the side here? One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Moon is clarified by the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and the Nine of Pentacles. What is this Ace of Cups? Why is the Ace of Cups here? One more shuffle. Thank you. The Ace of Cups is clarified by the Seven of Cups, the King of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles. Four of Cups. Why is the Four of Cups here? One more shuffle here. Thank you. I don't feel like this is my regular Piscean group. Ace of Swords, that's the truth, what I just said. The Hangman and the Six of Pentacles. Maybe the Piscean collective changed. I don't know. You're going to have to drop me some comments below. But I suddenly have a group of you where you're clinging and holding on to something. And it's like you're not reading the room correctly. And I think I said that in your reading last week. I did that bonus reading, and it was like... message from your future self, and it's like you weren't reading the room correctly. You're making an offer here to let me clarify this person's energy. Oh yeah. Tell me about the Eight of Cups in this person's energy. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Eight of Cups is clarified by the Eight of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Five of Cups, and the World card. Why is this in this person's energy? One more shuffle here. Thank you. The World card is clarified by the Six of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the King of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Wands. I don't know if some of you went back or you changed your minds, because for a while there I was reading for the Piscean collective. And look, tarot isn't like a soap opera, okay? We don't end one episode today and you come back tomorrow to see how it continues. Sometimes it seems to move in that direction. And then sometimes the collective just grows, or there's a big energetic shift or change. So I don't know right now. Your sign seems to be the only one doing this at this time. So I don't know if this is an energetic shift or change, or I just have more Pisceans watching the channel. So suddenly now, you know, when I meditate on the energy for the Piscean collective, for my subscribers, it's drawing in some new energies. Or if the majority of you have changed direction. I don't know. For a while there, I was reading for a group of Pisces where you were leaving something or someone behind. You were excited for your new life, your new chapter, your new opportunity. Suddenly now I'm being energetically drawn back into a group of Pisceans where you're like, I don't want to move. I don't want to move on. I don't want to leave. I don't really feel like this is my regular Piscean collective. So if this isn't your message, I apologize. I'm going to ask you this week to just check another placement. I believe we have a new moon in Pisces. Yes, we do. And that might have something to do with this. So if it's not resonating, just check another placement. But I have a group of you here this week that you're very emotional, and understandably so, because you're looking at a particular connection in your life. Queens exist in the present. They process presently what they should do based upon their past experiences. And so I have a group of you here that, although you're a bit emotional, you're deciding that based upon your past experiences with a particular person here in your life, you're going to offer them this Ace of Cups, this offer or opportunity in love, in reconciliation. I don't know if you're offering this person a job. I don't know, but number one, you're ignoring the signs. And number two, this person is ignoring the offer. Look, if I told you everything you wanted to hear, I probably could have 1 million subscribers in the last 2 years. I'm just not that reader. I have to tell you what's here. You're offering an opportunity here to someone this week. You're ignoring the signs that they're either confused or not interested or looking elsewhere. King of Swords to the Seven of Pentacles. They're either ignoring your offer this week or ignoring your advances, ignoring this opportunity because they're not interested, or they're already have their eye on something else. And I feel like you're sitting here in the Four of Cups, trying to get some clarity, trying to understand why you're making an offer to someone who's not accepting the offer. The energy of this person checked out. I don't know how else to say it. The Eight of Cups is clarified by the Eight of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Five of Cups. This person is focused on themselves. They're focused on nourishing themselves, taking care of themselves. There's remorse and regret here. I mean, they feel bad ignoring you, or they feel bad declining your offer, but this person is already energetically moving towards closing out this cycle with you, or this chapter with you. Six of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the King of Cups. This person's already moving towards another person. I don't know how else to say this. I don't have Pisces in my chart. My person doesn't have Pisces. I'm not anti-Pisces. I love you guys. You, Virgo, I always feel the closest to, and I have and Cancer. And ironically, I don't have really any placements in my birth chart for any of the three of you. So I definitely have a group of you here where you're ignoring the signs that someone is not interested. Now, I don't want to blame the cross watcher, but I don't think they've been abundantly clear to you either. They seem to be obfuscating. They seem to be dodging the questions. They seem to be wasting your time. Yeah, running. They're running in another direction, and they're wasting your time. But you're wasting your time too, because you're not reading the room. You're ignoring the signs. So they're ignoring your offer, and you're ignoring the signs. You're wanting to have a conversation. They're pretending that they're busy. They're already communicating with someone else. So let's say you're a business owner. Okay, I'll give you some quick examples. You're a business owner. This is an employee of yours. You've thought about it, how you mentored them, all the good things they brought to the company, all the bad things they brought to the company. And you're like, you know what, for good or for bad, I really like this person. And if they were to leave the company, that would really affect me and affect my bottom line. So I'm going to propose to this person that we have a conversation about their future with the company. And you tell this person, hey, sometime this week, let me know when you have some time, or maybe if you want to go out to lunch, I really would like to talk to you about your future at the company. And they don't get back to you. They say, okay, yeah, definitely. I'm working on something else here. Eight of Pentacles. I'll definitely let you know. And they don't get back to you. And then you're sitting here wondering, I don't understand. I just offered to take this employee out to lunch so I could talk to them about their future with the company. What is going on here? It's like you're trying to figure out the facts. I was trying to be generous and offer them a future at the company. Why don't they want to meet with me? Well, they don't want to meet with you because they're already looking for a job elsewhere. They're not interested in staying at the company any longer than they have to. It's just an example I'm being given. So tell me more about this person's. What is this person doing here? Because it's like they're already making plans. And yeah, I think they're wasting your time because they should just tell you, I'm not interested in the job. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Pisces, for the opportunity. But, You know, maybe they don't want to lose their job just yet because they want to find another one. Again, just using that as an example. We have the Page of Pentacles, the Four of Wands. Yeah, they're looking for structure and stability elsewhere. So they're looking for a job elsewhere. I was told not to take that. Can I have one more card here? One more shuffle. Thank you. Page of Pentacles, Four of Wands, Two of Wands, future planning. Nine of Swords, Seven of Swords, and the Hierophant. They should be honest. They should be honest in the Six of Swords energy to the Death card to tell you, Mr. and Mrs. Pisces, I don't want the job after all. Or I've been entertaining prospective employers. I've been going on interviews. It's with a lot of remorse and regret. I never thought I'd leave the company, but now that you bring up a promotion, I don't want to give you the false hope and let you think that I'm willing to take it, because I actually have been exploring new job opportunities. In fact, I've received one, and I've just been trying to make a decision if I want to accept it or not. Should they be honest and tell you that? Absolutely. Are they this week? No. Essentially, yeah, absolutely. They're wasting your time. If this is someone that you're asking them out on a date, instead of just saying, you're a very nice person, but I'm not interested, or I'm dating someone else, or I'm already pursuing another connection, you ask them on a date and they're like, oh, that sounds so great. Yeah, I'd love to go to movies with you. I'll let you know. And then they never get back to you. And you're like, what the fuck? I asked you to go out on a date with me, and now I'm just sitting around waiting. So yeah, you're looking for clarity, but you're also wasting your own time waiting for them, because you're ignoring the red flag, if you will, that they weren't really interested. You know, if you ask someone out on a date and 2 days later they haven't gotten back to you, I wouldn't hang around waiting for them, but you seem to be hanging around waiting for them to accept this offer. If you're offering reconciliation to someone and they tell you, well, I'm really busy working on this project right now and I'll get back to you, and they're not getting back to you, they either have someone else they're talking to, or they're just moving forward towards their independence. They're not looking for reconciliation. This person is walking towards closing a chapter with you, and you're like trying to hold on to the pant leg while they're walking away, energetically speaking, of course. So let's get you some advice. So yeah, I think you're ignoring the signs. They're ignoring your offer. You're wasting your time waiting for them. They're wasting your time by not being honest and saying, I'm just not interested. So be careful this week with that, okay? You know, the one thing that I've learned in life that hurts us more than anything is expectations. When we submit an offer or an application or a resume, when we try to connect with someone, we set these high expectations. I'm going to get this job. I'm going to get the mortgage. I'm putting an offer on the house. They're going to accept it. I'm asking this person out on a date. They're going to accept it. Sometimes it's not so much what the person does that hurts us. It's that they don't meet our expectations. So I'm not going to tell you to not give this offer. You have to do what you feel is best. But maybe try not setting high expectations. Maybe just try being realistic and acknowledge they may accept it, they may not. I'm going to hope for the best, but I'm going to prepare for the worst. If this were my reading, I wouldn't decide not to offer the Ace of Cups. I learned a long time ago, I'm going to use tarot as advice and guidance and not tell me definitively what I have to and not do. So please don't let me or any other reader do that to you. If this were my reading, I would still offer the Ace of Cups. I would hope for the best, but I would prepare for the worst, that it's possible this person might reject it and say no. And I'm going to accept that because they have the divine gift of free will, even if I don't like their answer or reply. So I think if you go through with this, with that mindset, I think you'll be okay. Let's get you 3 cards of advice here. 3 cards of advice. And I always feel like in your reading, you and Aquarius, I always feel like I have cross watchers. I don't know why that is. But let's get you 3 cards of advice. One more shuffle. Thank you. Told to take it. Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, and you have 2 cards here. The 5 of Swords and the Star. Again, you're going to hope for the best. You're going to prepare for the worst. Based upon this experience that you've had with this person, you're deciding to move forward and offer them that cup of love. Again, offer opportunity. Your advice here is, if you're going to do that, if you're going to make this investment or offer this investment to this person, hope for the best, prepare for the worst, okay? I think that will ensure that you will have victory. That does not mean victory is a yes. That means if they are a no, you are not completely heartbroken. I want to get 3 cards for the cross watcher. I usually don't do that. But your readings, I always feel like there's someone who's not a Pisces or a Pisces placement, very strong in the readings, watches your readings for some reason. So let's get 3 cards of advice for the cross watcher here, who should be honest with you, who should tell you the truth that they're not interested or they're looking elsewhere. 3 cards of advice here for the cross watcher. I think it's the first time I've ever done that. Maybe I'll start doing that as of next week. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Advice for the cross watcher. Knight of Cups, when Pisces presents you with this offer, Ace of Wands, tell them the truth in the Sun card. Be honest. Doesn't get any more honest than that with the Sun card. Knight of Wands, 3 of Swords, and the Lovers. Even if it disappoints them, even if it breaks their heart, do the right thing. Make the choice to tell them the truth. You're not interested. You're looking elsewhere. You can make it kind. You could be loving. You don't have to be rude. You don't have to say, F you, you thought I'd be interested in you, or you think I want to stick around and keep working here in this shithole. You don't have to be crude, and you don't have to be cruel. But when they present you with the offer, you can enlighten them with the truth and be honest. Honesty here is the best policy, even if it's going to hurt a little. Better to be honest than to waste their time. I don't think they deserve that. They're going a bit out of their comfort zone to present you with this Ace of Cups. The least you could do is show the respect to be honest and say whether or not you are interested. That is what I have for both Pisces and the cross watcher for the week ahead. If you like that message and it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you good luck with all of this. And as always, I'm sending you light, love, and peace.